What's going on, everyone? Scepts here, back again with the next episode of the Pokemon Emerald Let's Play. If you guys did miss the last episode, make sure to go check it out because we took on the Trick House. And yeah, today we're going to be taking on or looking at some new areas and catching on a whole bunch of Pokemon. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into a team recap though first. I do need to heal, but we're not going to do that. First up, we do have Flubber. Flubber's our Willow, level 55. Water availability, Naughty Nature. Holding the Sea Incense with Waterfall, Dive, Surf, and Ice Beam. Sahara is up next. Our Camera up to level 52 with Magma Armor, Naive Natured, Eruption, Overheat, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Next up we do have Konohamaru. Konohamaru is our Sceptile, level 53. He is the Overgrow ability with the Jolly Nature with the Miracle Steed as his held item with Slam, Pursuit, Giga Drain, and Leaf Blade. Next up we do have Shelby. Shelby's back on the squad. Shelby is our Swalot, level 51. She has the Sticky Hold ability, Adamant Nature, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Rock Smash, and Shadow Ball. Next up, we do have Soar. Soar is our Swellow, level 51, with the Guts ability, Docile Nature, Lax Incense, Aerial Ace, Fly, Focus Energy, and Quick Attack. Last but not least, we do have the Wall to our team, Stonewall, the Aggron, level 51, Rockhead ability, Quiet Nature, Strength, Iron Tail, Earthquake, and Headbutt. And yeah, that's going to be wrapping up the team recap for you guys, but we are going to explore some new areas. So if you guys want to go ahead and following along, come to Slateport City, and then just go north like we're going to the Trick House. And this is gonna be the first area that we can actually find that has opened up to us now that the game has been beaten or that we have entered the Hall of Fame. So over here is gonna be a little bit of a cave called Altering Cave. And in here, there's going to be nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's going to be 100% spawn rate of Zubat. And that's it. It's really just a Zubat cave, everyone, as you guys can see. This was supposed to be a place where they would put unreleased Pokemon or event Pokemon in, which you could like do a what's it called, like a mystery event or a mystery card, and then this would be changed to that specific Pokemon. Like in the code, it seems like it had Mareeps, Apom, Pineco's, just to name a few. But unfortunately, since those codes have never been released, or the Wonder Trades, or what are they called, Wonder Gifts, mystery gifts, are never distributed, it's always going to be Zubat, as you guys can see. It's always going to be Zubat in this cave. So nothing for us to do. And oh, my mic is falling all over the place. I don't know why it's like wanting to do that. I'm sorry if that's loud, but let's go ahead and continue on. Yep, see, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and exit Altering Cave, and then let's go ahead and move on to the next area, guys. Quick and easy. So I wanted to do this one with multiple things in one, obviously. So I'm gonna go fly all the way to Fall Harbor Town, and let us see if we go all the way to the left here. We can see the Fossil Maniac's house right here, and we can go in, and he has opened up his back wall into something, it looks like. There are Pokemon in here. Fossils are so wonderful, it's so dreamy. Though this is gonna be, oh, it's not safe that way. I was digging away, you see when the whole wall collapsed. I think there's a giant cavern underneath now, but I've left it alone because I don't think there are any fossils there. Interesting for you to say that, but we're gonna go enter it anyway. And this is gonna be the Desert Underpass. There's gonna be 3 Pokemon that you can find here, as well as an item. So, the first Pokemon you can find here is Ditto. Ditto is gonna be the brand new Pokemon you can find here, which 50% of the times you'll be able to find this little guy. Ditto can transform into everybody, any Pokemon, and it is the #1 Pokemon for breeding. So it would be a great Pokemon to add to your, not team, but to your boxes, so you can do some breeding with any Pokemon ever. So Ditto is very, 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 very helpful in that sense. As you can see, it can transform into any Pokemon, literally any Pokemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and just chuck some Ultra Balls. I shouldn't have any or too much problem catching this Ditto here. It is going to go for a waterfall on us. I'm pretty sure Transform also copies their stats, so he has pretty much the same stats as level 55. Or not. I lied. So it's going to go for the dive. It's okay, we can just go through the Ultra Ball. It's underwater, but you can hit it for some reason. Did not catch the Ditto that time, but we got more Pokeballs. However, there are 2 other Pokemon you can find here. They get carried away with catching this. You can also find Whismur and Loudred. Whismur's at 34% of the time, and Loudred at 16% of the time. So we've already had them. We've already seen them before, especially in the first cave that we ever went into, Rest Turf Tunnel. So not too worried about catching those Pokemon. You know, I'm not too worried about catching those Pokemon since we already have them. This Ditto, though, he is not wanting to stay in the ball. Come on! There goes my bike again. Nope. Does not look like this Ditto wants to be caught. Does not want to be caught. Okay. And okay, I'm not thinking here. I know I sent out a fire ground type, but look, we're catching this in this ball right here, right now. I'm sorry, Sahara, you might be Ice Beam. Ice Beam. This is why Pokemon need trainers. It's 100% why. Throw another one. Not even a shake. Okay, Sahara, you're done. You're done now. Unfortunately, you're done. Okay. Next Pokemon. This Ditto is giving us some problems. I did not expect that. I think I'm gonna go for the Rock Smash. He survived. I knew it. Knew it. Knew he was gonna survive. Now that we're in the red, it might be easier to catch. Might be a little bit easier to catch. 1, 2, or not. Is this gonna kill Shelby? This might kill Shelby. No. I'm throwing a timer ball. I'm gonna throw the timer ball. 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. We got the Ditto, guys. Here we go. Ditto Z has been added to the Pokedex to transform Pokemon. A Ditto rearranges its cell structure to transform itself. However, if it tries to change based on its memory, it will get details wrong. Cool. We have box 3. I am going to spray a Repel now because I don't want to run into any other Pokemon. And we do got to get to the end of this desert underpass, because there's going to be an item waiting for us. I think we just go all the way to the right here. I don't think there's anything really here. Yeah. We just keep going to the right. It's going to start getting sandy. And it's a fossil. We obtained the root fossil. And yes, if you guys did pick up one of the fossils in Mirage Tower, you can come in here and grab the other one that you did not grab. So that's how you can get both fossils in one Pokemon game. Which, I'll be honest with you guys, I actually didn't know. I actually did not know that, so that's pretty cool. But does not mean this episode is over just yet. Oh boy, guys, we have a big part of the episode coming up now. Big part. Once we exit the desert underpass. Now that this is one of the areas that opens up. There's 3, I'd say there's 3 or 4 areas, 3 that we can do in this episode. So the last and the third one that we're going to go to is a familiar site, by the way. And that is going to be the Safari Zone. So the Safari Zone has opened up to 2 new areas for us to go ahead and look at and take a gander at. I have all the fishing rods, right? Actually, I do need to check. I think I want to check that real quick. We have the old rod, we have the good rod, and we have the super rod. Cool. So yeah, in the Safari Zone, there are going to be 2 brand new areas that have opened up for us to be catching some Pokemon. These Pokemon you won't necessarily need for the Hoenn Pokedex. However, there's some nice, cool Johto Pokemon you can catch now. So I think that's going to be a nice trade-off for us to go ahead and go in here and see what we can do. And I'm not saving. I probably should have saved, but it's okay because we're going to be able to find brand new Pokemon off the bat. So, you come up here, all the way up, and to the right. Keep going to the right. You're going to be going into Area 5 here. So, Area 5 has a lot of Pokemon, guys. It has a lot. So, what I'm going to do is just spend my time in the grass, and then I'm gonna go over the grass encounters with you guys, and then we will move on to the water and surfing routes. So as you guys can see, we can find Snubbull here. Snubbull is actually gonna be one of the rarer Pokemon you can find on this route, in this area. Being at 5%, Snubbull is a pure normal type, evolves one time in this game as well. Next Pokemon you could find is Hoothoot. Hoothoot is a normal flying type. It is the bird Pokemon of Johto. It evolves one time with 5% catch rate. Spinarak you can also find here. It is the bug type of the region. You can find that at 10% of the time. It's a bug poison type. It evolves one more time. Mareep you can also find here. That is 30% of the time you'll be able to find it, as we can find it here. Now, a very fan favorite Pokemon of a lot of people being a pure electric type. Evolves two more times, so it's a 3-stage evolution. Apom you can also find here. It is a 1-stage evolution and does not evolve in this game. It's a pure normal type, and you can find it at 10% of the time as well. Sunkern you can also find here at 30% of the time, which has an evolution as a pure grass type. Gligar you can also find. It is also a 1-stage evolution in this generation. You can find that at 5% of the time. It is a ground flying type Pokemon. And the last Pokemon you can find in the grass is Stantler. Stantler is 5% of the time. And yeah, 5% of the time it is a pure normal type, and it has does not evolve, at least in this generation. Mareep, the wool Pokemon, its fluffy wool rubs together and builds a static charge. The more energy is charged, the more brightly the light bulb at the tip of its tail glows. Interesting. So I am going to go ahead and cut to when we catch the other Pokemon on this route, as we find a Gligar. So yeah, you guys will be able to see me catch them in a bit, I guess. Boom! We caught the Gligar. Actually, didn't take too long. So Gligar, this fly scorpion Pokemon, it glides without making a single sound. It grasps the face of its foes using its hind and large front claws and stabs with its poison barb. Cool. See you guys later when we catch the next Pokemon. Boom! And we have caught Sunkern. Sunkern's data has been added to the Pokedex. Sunkern, the seed Pokemon. Sunkern try to minimize movement to conserve the nutrients they have stored in their bodies for evolution. They will not eat, substituting only on morning dew. Perfect. Cool. Like that. See you guys in the next Pokemon. That didn't take too long at all, actually. Hoothoot has been caught. Another Pokemon down. Hoothoot, the owl Pokemon, it has an internal organ that senses the Earth's rotation. Using this special organ, a Hoothoot begins hooting at precisely the same time every day. That's pretty cool, actually. That is actually pretty cool. But we got a lot more Pokemon to find.
Best, like no one ever was. To catch them.
There we go. Snubbull has been caught. Stubbull, the fairy Pokemon, by baring its teeth, fangs, and making a scary face, it sends smaller Pokemon scurrying in terror. The Snubbull does seem a little sad at making its foes flee. Aw, just a little sad guy. He's just a little sad. Okay, it's okay, bud. We'll find you some friends.
Them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Spinarak has been caught, guys. That was an easy one. The first Pokemon threw at this thing. String spit Pokemon. The web it spins can be considered its second nervous system. It is said that a Spinarak determines its prey by the tiny vibrations it feels through the web. Cool. Cool. We're gonna transfer you to the PC, and then we have what? 2 more Pokemon to find? Yeah, I got 2 more Pokemon to find. Ooh, Apom was caught. That one took a little while to catch. Aipom, the long-tailed Pokemon, its tail ends with a dexterous hand-like appendage. However, because it uses the tail so much, Aipom's real hands have become rather clumsy. It's basically just nubs. And I love Aipom, I'll be honest. Aipom is like one of my favorite Pokemon. I've always said that if like I was a Pokemon trainer, like in the anime, Aipom would be my Pikachu. So, you know, a little bit of a fun fact for you guys, but we're going to be finding this last Pokemon in the grass, and hopefully we get it this turn.
I'll teach you all day long. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. Every challenge along the way, with courage I will face. I will battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time is right. There's no
Oh, thank you. It took me a while to find a Stantler, but we caught it. We caught the first one we saw in a while. Stantler, the big horn Pokemon. Stantler's magnificent antlers were once traded at high prices as works of art. As a result, this Pokemon was hunted close to extinction. And there we go, guys. That is all of the grass Pokemon you can find. There are some water Pokemon you can find now, though, too. Starting off with the surfing, you can find Meryl 39% of the time. Wooper. Wooper is actually a new Pokemon you can find here at 60% of the time, which is going to be a water, I think it's pure water, but evolves into a water ground type, which you can also find its evolution here on this same route at 1% of the time, which is Quagsire. So I will, I guess, catch you guys back when we catch this Wooper. Or not, because we found it. We have found the Wooper. Hopefully it'll stay in a few balls here, at least one ball, maybe. Maybe we need to waste a ball. 2, 3, caught. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We have caught the Wooper. Wooper has been added to the Pokedex. It is a waterfish Pokemon. Wooper usually lives in water, but come out onto land seeking food occasionally. On land, they coat their bodies with a gooey, toxic film. Not gonna give you a nickname, Wooper. But you're actually a pretty cool Pokemon. I actually do like Wooper. Oh, okay, so the next thing we gotta do, I was like wondering why I went straight to my bag. But you're gonna want a Super Rod here. So the only Pokemon you can find here, the new Pokemon that you can find here, is through the Super Rod and Good Rod. But you'd probably prefer to use the Super Rod because you get better odds, and you can also find another Pokemon that's exclusive to the Super Rod. So on the Super Rod, you can find this Pokemon, a Remoraid, which is the Pokemon we're looking for. 59% of the times, it is a pure water type Pokemon. It evolves one time into Octillery, which is another pure water type Pokemon you can find at this route 1% of the time as well. The other Pokemon you can find with the Super Rod is Goldeen. We have seen plenty of Goldeen, and we have caught a Goldeen before, so we don't need to waste our time with that, which is going to be at 40% of the time as well. So hopefully we can catch this Remoraid so we don't need to fish up another one. We actually got lucky and found it first try, so. Boom! Remoraid has been caught. Remoraid has been caught. Remoraid, the jet Pokemon, and Remoraid uses its abdominal muscles to forcefully expel swallowed water, then shoots down flying prey. When evolution approaches, it travels down rivers. Cool. So we have caught the Remoraid and added it to the box, and that is everything that's going to be on the fifth area. We do have one more area to go to, which has a few new Pokemon for us to fight. Only on land, though. They're all going to be land encounters, so you don't need a surfing Pokemon anymore to go ahead and grab those encounters. But we are running into a lot of Pokemon here. We might not even get to this next area. Oh, I accidentally threw a ball at the Suncone. Maybe we'll catch it. Maybe we'll catch it. We'll see. We shall see. 3. Oh my gosh, did we really? I didn't really want to, but I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. Cool. Whatever. we have 2 Sunkerns now. You can never go wrong with too many Sunkerns, I guess. It's gonna be another one. It's a Spinarak. It is a Spinarak. Go ahead and run away from the Spinarak. I did see an item. I do want to grab this item. Look at that. Oh my, dude, we were running into so I don't want to spray a battle because it's going to take a while to get off. And then we got to go find new Pokemon in this other area. But it's really testing my patience here. What is this item? A big pearl. That's good money. That is good money. Alright, so the last area is actually going to be up north from this one. So pretty. Oh, you're lying. Oh, you're lying. Oh, you're lying. Like at the entrance to the last area. You're lying, actually. That's so not fair. That's so not fair. Whatever. Whatever. We're going to go back in and I'll show you guys exactly how to get there. I guess from the start. I guess from the start, you know? You know. Cool. Let's go ahead and enter the Safari Zone. So from the entrance, you're going to want to come up all the way up here again to the right. And yeah, this is area 5. You're going to come up north, tippy top. And this is area 6, everyone. So welcome. Welcome to the final zone of the Safari Zone. And I think it is in my entrance. I'm going to check these Rock Smash rocks first. You do have a Pokemon you can find in the Rock Smash 100% of the time. Or, not 100% of the time, but every time you get an encounter, it will be this Pokemon. And it's a Shuckle. Shuckle is a rock and bug type Pokemon. Does not evolve or anything. So, it's a unique Pokemon, I guess, to say the least. And I don't think we're going to be able to get it, I guess, through these Rock Smash rocks. So we might need to come back and reset the area. Shuckle might be an expensive Pokemon that we need to catch. So we will see what we can do. We do get a nugget, which will help us in the endeavor to catch a Shuckle. But we are going to go into the grass here. And find a Pokemon. I guess I'm going to run down all of the encounters first, and then we can get into it. So yes, you can see Teddiursa on the screen. Teddiursa is a pure normal type. You can find it 30% of the time here. Evolves 1 more time, so it's a pretty unique Pokemon, a decent Pokemon to have on the team. And we caught it on the first ball, so I guess I got to write the description of it, huh? Before that, I'm going to run down the rest of the encounter table here. We have seen Hoothoot before. You can find Hoothoot here too, 5% of the time. Ladybug is a new Pokemon you can find here. It is the other bug type Pokemon you can find. And Johto is a bug flying type with 10% of the time you can find it. Apom you can find here 30% of the time. Sunkern 10% of the time. Pineco is another bug Pokemon you can find here. Evolves 1 time into a bug steel type, which you can find this Pokemon 5% of the time. We already went over Teddiursa. Houndour is another Pokemon you can find here at 5% of the time. That is a dark fire type, which evolves once more. And finally, Miltank. Miltank is a pure normal type. It does not evolve, and you find it at 5% of the time as well. But that is it. That's all the Pokemon you can find. So, Teddiursa is a little bear Pokemon. It licks its palms that are sweetened by being soaked in honey, and Teddiursa makes its own honey by blending fruits and pollen collected by Beedrill. So, cool. We will, I guess, see you guys when we catch the next Pokemon.
Better team. Arm in arm, we'll win a fight.
There we go, guys. We have caught Ladybug. Ladybug has been caught and added to the Pokedex. Ladybug, the 5-star Pokemon. Ladybug communicates using a fluid that they secrete from where the legs join the body. They are said to convey feelings to others by altering their fluid's sense. Cool. So we've got 3 Pokemon to catch. 4 Pokemon to catch if you want to kill the Shuckle. So let's get to it.
It's always been our dream.
There you go, guys. The next Pokemon has been caught. It is a Pineco. Pineco has been caught. The bagworm Pokemon. Pineco hangs from a tree branch and waits for prey while eating. If it is disturbed by someone shaking this tree, it falls on the ground and suddenly explodes. Yep, this is a walking time bomb. Pineco is a walking time bomb. But we got more Pokemon. The next Pokemon has been caught, guys. Houndour has been caught. Houndour, the dark Pokemon. Houndour communicate with each other using a variety of cries to corner their prey. This Pokemon's remarkable teamwork is simply unparalleled. Cool. Houndour has been caught. The dark Pokemon. So let's go ahead and find the last Pokemon we can find on this area.
Our courage will pull us through.
Alright guys, we have caught the Shuckle here. Pretty good, pretty good. Shuckle the mold Pokemon. A Shuckle hides under rocks, keeping its body concealed inside a shell while eating stored berries. The berries mix with its body fluid to become a juice. Cool, 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 cool. So we got one more Pokemon to find, and that's going to be the Miltank. So let's get to it. Let's get to it, guys. Ooh, we finished that pretty fast. We actually did finish that pretty fast. So Miltank has been called the milk cow Pokemon. It gives over 5 gallons of milk daily. Its sweet milk is enjoyed by children and grown-ups alike. People who can't drink milk turn it into yogurt and eat it instead. We're not going to be added to that to the party or giving it a nickname. It's going to get straight there, and that is it, guys. We have caught every Pokemon in the Safari Zone. That is it. So pretty good, pretty cool, actually. We completed the Safari Zone, all the Pokemon I've been caught, and that's gonna be it for today's episode, guys. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the part 2 for this great safari hunt, and checking out the other areas that we have unlocked. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys all later for the next one, and I'll see you guys all later. Have a nice day, guys, and peace out.